Last week, I posted a video about anti-trans bias at the British Broadcasting Corporation, who had just pushed a 16-year veteran host to resign due in part to his support for trans people that he has expressed in his private life. This comment, posted shortly after my video went live, caught my eye. @BF Thoughts wrote, "In this video, it seems obvious why an officer could fear she was going to run into him with her vehicle. Wow, I hadn't seen this angle. He had a reason to feel threatened. It is done." That comment clearly is not about the BBC pressuring a radio host to resign over his remarks supporting trans people. If you're watching this video at a much later date or from another dimension, that comment is quite clearly referencing the recent murder of Renee Good, a 37-year-old woman who was gunned down in cold blood by American Gestapo agent Jonathan Ross in Minneapolis as she was legally observing the unconstitutional actions of ICE shortly after she dropped off her child at daycare. At the time that BF Thoughts wrote this comment, I hadn't even begun to write a video on Ross murdering Good. It's clear then that this comment was posted as a mistake, a bot mistake. As of this recording, it appears as though BF Thoughts has realized the mistake and deleted that comment, replacing it with a completely unintelligible but fairly standard transphobic comment about how it's lesbophobic to suggest that trans women should be able to compete in sports with cis women. Excuse me, I mean lesbians, the only kind of woman who plays sports. I didn't mention anything about trans women in sports in that video, but I mean, hey, at least the little clanker's new comment was somewhere in the same general universe as the topic of the video that the comment was left on. I begin this video with that story because I think it's important that you understand immediately that the discourse you see online about this and other headline-grabbing topics is artificial. There are probably, by this point in this very video, just a minute or two after it goes live, already comments saying inflammatory things like what BF Thoughts had to say. You can reply to them to debunk them if you want. You can ignore them, but I'm going to advise you to not waste your time engaging in a back and forth argument with them. That is probably not worth it. And you know, I'm serious about that because I'm the uploader of the video. I get more money the more these bots go back and forth with you or each other. It's still not worth it. I'll back up for a bit for people who aren't in the United States or maybe aren't getting an accurate picture of what's going on here from the mainstream news. ICE refers to Immigration and Customs Enforcement. They are essentially the Gestapo of the Trump administration. They descend on American cities wearing masks with no identifying information, often not even badges signifying the branch of law enforcement they're representing, and they violently abuse U.S. citizens in the name of finding and apprehending and abusing and disappearing undocumented immigrants. Last week, a patron from the EU let me know that they have absolutely no idea that any of this is happening, despite the fact that I've been talking about it for the past year, warning about it for much longer. And because of that, I just really want you to know that this has been happening for many months now in Los Angeles and Portland. Briefly back in October, they were here in the Bay Area, but I'm pretty sure our politicians are chummy enough with the theocrats that the Gestapo was redirected elsewhere pretty quickly. I also need you to know that we are not just sitting back and letting it happen. People have been in the streets, not just protesting at big events like the No Kings rallies, but doing real community organizing to protect one another. People have been passing out flyers with information on what our rights are regarding ICE, giving contact information for pro bono legal advice to immigrants. They're 3D printing whistles and spreading codes about those whistles so that neighbors will know if and when ICE is on their streets and if and when they are apprehending someone. Every day, people have been putting their bodies on the line to protect each other, with U.S. citizens physically stopping the Gestapo from disappearing people off the street, out of workplaces, while they're delivering their DoorDash.
Get one, then they're going to break the door down.
That's fine, but I don't want to open the door if they don't have a warrant. Because this was my DoorDash lady. I don't even know the lady. She just ran to my house.
All right.
I have a baby here. Like, I really don't know what to do. I'll open the door if the police, say that I have to open the door, but, like, I don't know what to do. This lady just was shot yesterday. Now I ordered fucking food and there's people outside my fucking house.
Cheyenne, I'm on my way, okay? All right.
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I'm so scared. James, come downstairs.
Cheyenne.
What? I literally ordered DoorDash and now there's ICE agents around my house because the lady ran in my house and I don't know what to do because I don't know. They have no warrant. They have no warrant. They said that they were going to get one. I don't know what to do. I called the police. The police are on their way. I can't ignore it. I have a baby here and they have guns pointing everywhere in my house. I have some random lady in my house. I have my child barricaded.
They're looking at her backyard, too.
They're looking at everything.
People have been comforting the children left behind, finding contact information for the people who are being disappeared, returning their empty cars to their families and letting them know how to begin finding their fathers, mothers, cousins, kids. And they've been pulling out their phones and recording what the Gestapo would prefer to do in secret. That's what Renee Nicole Good was doing, legally observing the actions of ICE in her neighborhood while her partner recorded them. Good was driving her car when she stopped in the middle of the road, let her wife out to record the ICE agents in unmarked SUVs behind them. The agents exited their vehicles and began recording Good, her wife, and their car's license plate, as Good's wife assured them that, unlike ICE, they don't swap their license plates to hide from scrutiny. And Good herself reassured ICE officer Jonathan Ross,
I'm not medical.
her last words that she would speak to her murderer. More officers then charged Good's car, with one reaching his hand through the window and attempting to open the door. With Ross off to her left, Good turns the wheels of the car to the right and attempts to pull away. Unfortunately, Ross had already drawn his weapon. With his gun in one hand and his recording cell phone in the other, he shoots Good 3 times at point-blank range, causing her to accelerate forward and crash into cars parked down the street. As Ross calmly walks away, he calls Good, the woman he just shot, a fucking bitch. Bystanders rushed to render aid, including one person who identified themselves as a physician, but the agents prevented anyone from trying to save Good's life, and she died from her gunshot wounds. Ross climbs into a vehicle and the agents leave the scene. None of that is debatable, what I've just described. Not only was this all witnessed by a dozen bystanders, but it was also caught on camera from at least 5 different angles, including Ross's own cell phone. The only way for a fascist state to stop average people from seeing these videos, being horrified, and taking actions to stop it from happening again is to lie. To lie loudly, boldly, and often. Lucky for them, they have a lot of practice doing that already. On Shitter, aka X, aka Twitter, aka the website that has now become an avalanche of AI-generated pornographic images of unconsenting women and children, the Vice President of the United States posted, "Watch this, as hard as it is. Many of you have been told this law enforcement officer wasn't hit by a car, wasn't being harassed, and murdered an innocent woman. The reality is that his life was endangered and he fired in self-defense." He then attached the video taken from Jonathan Ross's cell phone, which again does not show him being hit by a car because he clearly wasn't, as you can see from the wider angles, and does not show him being harassed, though I'm sure both Ross and JD Vance consider it harassment when a woman good-naturedly suggests that they relax. As Margaret Atwood famously wrote, "Men are afraid women will laugh at them. Women are afraid men will kill them. Another relevant quote here is from Walter Langer, a psychoanalyst who lived in Germany during the rise of Adolf Hitler and produced a thorough analysis of Hitler for the Office of Strategic Services, in which Langer wrote that Hitler's primary rules were never allow the public to cool off, never admit fault or wrong, never concede that there may be some good in your enemy, never leave room for alternatives, never accept blame, concentrate on one enemy at a time and blame him for everything that goes wrong, and crucially, people will believe a big lie sooner than a little one, and if you repeat it frequently enough, people will sooner or later believe it. Langer also correctly predicted that Hitler would commit suicide once he knew he was beaten. So that's a fun bonus fact. Anyway, with video evidence contradicting them at every step, Trump's administration has worked hard to repeat the biggest of lies over and over and over again. Renee Good was a terrorist. She was trying to run over Jonathan Ross. Ross acted in accordance with the laws regulating these agencies. Shooting someone 3 times in the face as they are attempting to leave is self-defense. People who protest what ICE are doing deserve any violence that is visited upon them. And it's simply not enough to have these big, obvious lies repeated from the top down. As Hitler knew as well, good propaganda can boost a campaign from the bottom up. And so the same bot networks that researchers have proven in the past to have been used to destabilize democracies, perpetrate genocides, and even make you hate famous women are now in the comments here on YouTube, as well, of course, on Shitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, probably LinkedIn, who knows, agreeing with the Trump administration that the big lie is actually true. Does this mean that everyone you see spreading this lie online are bots or part of the Trump administration? Of course not. The purpose of the bots is to provide the illusion of a grassroots support network, a safe space for idiots, bigots, and cult members to ignore their lying eyes and go along with the Trump administration's propaganda without feeling that pesky cognitive dissonance. They don't need to watch the videos to know what happened. They can just upvote and support that guy over there who says that he watched it and it definitely proves that the lie is the truth. Helping all of this? The grifters, of course. All of the guys who called themselves capital L libertarians 10 years ago, like Tim Pool, Dave Rubin, and Skepchick Magazine's Michael Shermer, smell the money to be made from spreading this big lie in the right-wing grift machine, and so they don't hesitate to suddenly switch sides and throw personal freedoms out the window. In between posts about how scary trans women are, Shermer backs up his new right-wing friends, pretending that a more reasonable interpretation of these videos is at first one that suggests maybe things are more ambiguous than they seem. As he's confronted with more and more evidence against the big lie, like cleaned up audio showing that Good told the agents she was going to pull away, he desperately reaches for more reasons that she actually deserved to die, like how someone, her wife, exited her car before she pulled away. Exiting cars, of course, it's understandable that that's punishable by death. Why not? Shermer was clearly struggling, as even the poor Nazis who still comment on Shitter were pointing out this is a pretty clear-cut case of a murder caught on camera. He was rescued when the Trump administration sent out this memo to all of the bots and grifters that this latest video release, the one shot from Ross's own cell phone, was in fact the one that actually proved Ross was innocent and Good, the woman he shot to death, was a criminal. New footage makes this tragedy less ambiguous. 1. Renee Good was not an innocent bystander who accidentally wandered into ICE actions, which is wrong in that no one has ever stated Good was simply a bystander who didn't know what was going on. She was a legal observer who was legally documenting ICE's actions. 2, she and the other activists were not peacefully protesting from the sidewalk, but taunting ICE agents, show your face, and standing in the road. Again, wrong. We knew she wasn't on the sidewalk protesting because she was in her car when she was murdered. And we also know that taunting ICE and standing in a road, neither of which are shown in the video he's referring to, are in fact peaceful actions. If you're interested in learning about the history of bigots and fascists pretending every protest they don't like isn't peaceful, check out this video I made back in 2020, which happens to be the last time law enforcement officers murdered someone in that same Minneapolis neighborhood for no reason. Number 3, she was not in distress, smiling. What an insane thing to write. The only way to parse this is to suggest that the Gestapo can murder you as long as you aren't crying. Like, what the actual fuck is wrong with Michael Shermer? Yeah, she was being really nice to the guy who was about to murder her. Checkmate, libs. Fuck. Number 4, her partner got out of the car to further taunt agents in the road. You want to come at us? Yeah, her partner got out to film them, which is what legal observers do. When they approached her in a threatening manner, she made a joke about license plates. Checkmate again, I guess. Her partner deserved to die. Number 5, her partner stated they intended to harass ICE agents later. This is such an obvious and stupid lie. Anyone can debunk it by watching the video that he links to.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you.
That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us?
She literally says their license plate will be the same when the ICE agents come to harass them later, because that's what ICE does. She wasn't threatening to come to ICE later. She was acknowledging that ICE was recording their license plate because what they do is take note of who these protesters are through license plates, collecting ID, or using facial recognition technology, and then they come to their homes later to abuse them. That's what she was talking about. Number 6, when commanded to get out of the car, Good's partner yells, "Drive, drive." You know, it does sound like she says that. Drive, drive. Probably because earlier the agents told them to drive away, and now agents were rushing the car with assault weapons, reaching through the front window and trying to open the door. So for that, an innocent woman is dead, and Michael Shermer wants you to think that this is simply the consequences of her own and her partner's actions.
Fucking bitch.
Fuck Michael Shermer and the rest of his right-wing, pro-murder, pro-fascism sniveling grifters who spread this lie, even as we see ICE is now enabled to literally go door to door, breaking into people's homes, dragging them away with zero accountability. These grifters are filling their pockets with no concern that they are personally supporting Nazis. Tim Pool and Dave Rubin at least got paid millions of dollars by the Russians as a reward for spreading these obvious lies. I wonder if Shermer is getting anything other than a handful of views on his shitty YouTube channel. I'm not sure which would be more pathetic, if I'm to be honest, if he was doing it for Russian disinformation money or for free in the desperate hope that he might land another gig on Joe Rogan. So yeah, besides the Trump administration, the grifters, and the bots, you will find a few people here and there who go along with whatever lazy lie these pieces of shit are handing to them. But don't you fall for it. There are more of us than there are of them. I need you to keep fighting and to keep spreading the truth. If you want to support the people that ICE is brutalizing in Minneapolis, a friend on the ground pointed me to this great thread on Blue Sky, which links to mutual aid funds for families and the communities hit the worst. Hey guys, post-production Rebecca here. As I was editing this video, I went to find that clip of the DoorDash driver who was being targeted by ICE hiding inside someone's house. And for the first time, I had only seen a short clip. For the first time, I watched the entire thing, and it actually brought me to tears. I'd love to show you the whole thing, but it is over 10 minutes long. But I suggest you go watch it because it actually illustrates part of my larger point here about why do they use these bots. And I'm sorry if this is a little disjointed. I'm just speaking off the cuff here. As I mentioned, they use the bots to give people a false sense of the idea that a lot of other people are on their side in believing this obvious lie. And in this video of the woman who is protecting her DoorDash driver, she starts out really scared, obviously. ICE agents are at her door with guns drawn, and she has a child in the home. She doesn't know what to do, so she calls the police, and the police tell her that there's really nothing she can do, even though the ICE agents don't have a warrant. They tell her basically they're going to come in there anyway. The ICE agents tell, I don't know if it's her partner in the video, but they tell him, literally they say, waiting this out is only going to make it worse. You don't even know her.
It's going to get worse, dude, because you don't even know her.
Can I just get a warrant? I just want a warrant, man. I got my child in here. This shit happened yesterday, and
If you give her to us, nothing happens. If we wait, it's going to get worse. Our SWAT team's going to come. We have an active warrant for this person. Why do you make it worse?
And so finally, this couple, they reach their breaking point. They feel completely overwhelmed. They are ready to give up, and they go and they get the DoorDash driver and they bring her to the door, and she is in tears. And this is where I started crying. I actually had to wait a little bit to record this because it made me cry too. Because the DoorDash driver is also terrified. She says she's a citizen, but she knows, that doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter anymore. She is Hispanic. And they're ready to give this woman to the ICE agents because they don't think they have any other choice. But when they open the door, they see these men in their armor and their big guns here to take this crying, terrified woman away. And the neighbors now have gathered, and you can hear the whistles blowing.
That way. You don't even have a fucking warrant. But I'm not going to go to fucking jail because y'all pieces of shit ain't got nothing better to do because your wife still want to suck your fucking dick. Fucking puta. Pendejo. No.
And that community, along with the community that the woman filming has online on TikTok, she says, all these people are watching on social media, and all of the neighbors are watching, and they're using their whistles and they're intimidating the ICE agents. And when it seemed like all hope was lost for that DoorDash driver, suddenly the homeowner finds the strength to stand up to them and to say, no, get the fuck off my lawn.
What the fuck is wrong with you guys? You guys are modern day Nazis. My fucking family got killed. Native Americans got killed for you guys to put on that fucking shit. Bullshit.
No, mis hijos, yo me voy con
Fucking
mi niña,
bullshit.
yo me voy sin mis niñas.
So nowadays we can't order DoorDash without ICE showing up to our house, right? I have a baby! A baby!
Get the fuck out of here!
Get out! Until you guys have a warrant signed, get off my fucking property now! Now!
I want judge papers!
I want a signed paper! You don't come near my house because you're the one that has your hand on the gun the whole time!
The whole fucking time you cut their hand!
I have it all on video! I have 11,000 TikTokers right now!
Get the fuck off my property!
11,000 TikTok followers that I have!
A judge fucking
11,000 followers I have on fucking TikTok!
You guys aren't
Get
wanted
the
here!
fuck off my yard until you have a judge's signature!
Off my property!
I hope you guys sleep real good at fucking night. Don't ever come back to my fucking house. Cause I will sue you. I will sue the fuck out of every one of you. You don't know who the fuck I am. Remember
that?
You deserve a police vest, motherfucker!
Where's your badge? You ain't got one?
Where's your papers? Where's your badge?
You guys are illegal on stolen land! You guys are illegal on stolen fucking land! Illegal on native fucking land! I am Dakota! Dakota! Do you know what that means? I am not illegal! Get the fuck out of here! Get out!
I don't know that she could have found that strength had her neighbors not been there and had people not been with her on social media. That is the power of real grassroots support. That is what this administration, these Nazis, are trying to imitate with bots and with grifters. They don't have it. We have it. It is our strength. Okay. That's all. Here's the end of the video. As always, links to everything I talk about are in the transcript linked below at patreon.com/Rebecca and at skepchick.org. Please stay safe and don't let the bastards grind you down. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you loved the video, please subscribe. And if you think the world could use more videos like this and you happen to have a few bucks laying around, head to patreon.com/Rebecca and join an awesome community of nerds like the people whose names you see on the screen right now. Thanks.